how does Carafa 3 impact your beer, and what is Carafa 3 malt? Well, I made a split batch. Let's kick it. I'm DrHans, this is Chewy, my friend. This is DrHans Brewery, my channel about beer and homebrewing. So I made a split batch, yeah! I brewed an all-grain beer, and the grain to glass video is already out. I made an alt beer, but I also split that up to 3 vessels. So I made a malty alt beer with ale yeast, AO1 from Yeast, today's sponsor. Thank you so much. We'll link down to Yeast Brewing product page. And I made a lager with BF27. I made 2 lagers, BF27, to be frank. Also use the Brew Nutri set. The grain to glass video is already out. You can go there, download the recipe. I might link to the recipe also down in the description. But for this one, I used BF27. And for this one, which is in the Agulu, and that video might be out also, I added a separate wort made of Carafa 3, which I hot steeped and boiled down to a syrup. I had to loosen up actually with some of the wort from the big brew and added that to that. So today we're trying it out. We're focusing today on the differences. What would happen to your beer when you had Carafa 3? Let's pour the beers, and we'll also check in with the cartoon doctor to learn more about Carafa 3 and some brewing tips for you.
Embrace the madness where the beers flow. Welcome to the DrHans Freak Show.
What's crushing, beer bitches? Today we're entering the dark side of brewing. Ever brewed a stout or a porter that came out way too bitter? Or wondered how to get the smooth roasted flavors without waiting forever and ever for your beer to mellow out? Well, grab your brew paddle, because you're in for a treat. Hold your hops, Tiggy, not that kind of treat. Let's kick things off with something every dark beer lover needs to know about: roasted grains and mystic methods. Don't be scared, Tiggy, it's just Carafa malt. Roasted barley, chocolate malt and Carafa are the dark grains that give our beers the rich flavors and deep colors. But here's the deal, you have to use them wisely. Use them wrong and things can get a little intense. But wait, Carafa's bitterness is just a facade. See? Without its husk, Carafa Special keeps all the roasted flavors but ditches the bitterness. It's perfect for stouts, porters, and even crisp black lagers. And here's a fun fact. Roasted grains like these don't need to be mashed like your base malt. They don't have starch to convert. They are all about delivering color and flavor. Pretty cool, huh? Now let's meet Carafa's smooth cousin, Midnight Wheat. Here's Midnight Wheat, Carafa Special ultra cool cousin like Carafa. It's huskless, but this one is made from wheat instead of barley. Midnight Wheat is all about clean roasted flavors and a stunning dark color. It's pro at balancing smoothness and crispness, making it perfect for beers like Schwarzbier. So Tiggy, it's just roasted barley and chocolate malt. Like I mentioned earlier, these grains can bring bitterness if you mash them for too long. But they don't need the full mash treatment anyway. They're just here for color and flavor. Don't worry, love. We got a trick to outsmart them. Top mashing! By adding roasted grains late in the mash, you get all the flavors and colors without the bitter bite. And if it's mostly color you want, just add them before sparching. Simple and smooth. Cold mashing is like making tea with your roasted grains. Soak them in cool water overnight and you get color and smooth roasted flavors without the harsh tannins. But be aware, don't add it straight to the fermenter without heating it up, or you will risk a ghost of infection. But banishing the ghost can be done even easier. Just pour the cold mash liquids into your boil or at flame out when the wort is hot enough to sanitize it. The heat will make it safe. No more scary stuff. That's it for today, beer bitches. Whatever it's a silky stout, a crispy Schweizbier, or a bold black IPA, there's a dark beer out there for everyone.
Until next pour where wonders grow, farewell from the DrHans Freak Show.
You're back already. I hope you picked up some stuff. So in the Kingmaker I have, we can call this a malty lager, we could call it a Schwickelbier or something. This is a gorgeous looking malty lager. Nice. And I don't have to mark this glass today because we will obviously see the difference in color. For the beer. These beers are just under 4.5%, more like 4.3%, because I screwed things up during brew day. Go and check the grain to glass videos, all linked down below. This is definitely like a Munich Dunkel, it's not a Schweizbier, and this is much lighter in color, and you can also see that this one has cleared up, but I did add gelatin to this one. This is starting to clear up now. This has been sitting for at least 3 weeks, maybe more. So what we have here is a failure to communicate.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
What we have here is 2 beers. We have one without Carafa 3, we have one with Carafa 3. Yeah, really nice. Malty, that lagery thing. I really enjoy the BF27. This was brewed with my own hops, by the way. My Hallertau Mittelfru hops. Like toastiness to it. I'm gonna start here because this is a lighter beer. Cheers. So good. Some malty sweetness, nice bitterness from the hops. Really good autumn beer. Super clean fermented by the BF27. That was the angel share. Cheers. Completely different. It still had that, like, I don't know how to like describe that. Some lagers really like had that clean, crisp, like it's, how would you describe it? Sucky flavor. I know how that sounds. This is a great beer. I made a recipe also. You can download a recipe for this one also. We'll link to all recipes down below or to the videos. Check the description. It's up to the editing doctor, my hero. So we have a dark beer that is super smooth, and we have just like a toasted bread addition on top of the other beer. You're not only just getting color, or getting that toasty bread flavor. This is about 4% of Carafa 3 in this beer. Even though 4% doesn't sound much in your book, it is quite some when it comes to brewing. 4%. And like fermentation numbers, I'm not exactly sure which original gravity I got on this one, but they fermented out to 1012, both of them, and the original gravity of this one was 1045 because of my screw up, and the reason why it didn't ferment out lower than 1012, which 1012 is not high, but I'm used to BF27, pushing things a little bit further, is because I added a fairly large amount of cattle red in this beer. Because I brewed an alt beer, and yeah, I already made a video about that, so link down in the description in the grain to glass video, but just going through the numbers here. But they fermented out the same to like 1012. This might be a touch higher than 1012, but somewhere there. Say 1013 on this to be total honest, which is kind of my thing here. This is why my channel sucks, and that's why you shouldn't subscribe. There's much better channels for you to go and subscribe to than mine. So I had tried this before for patrons and channel members, but this is the first time trying this side by side here because I want to make honest, genuine content. So do we need to call a winner today? It doesn't make any sense, but let's try. And the winner is If I would just have one beer, I would choose the Carafa 3. But if I would brew a big batch, I would probably want this one. They are good in different ways. This really nice beer. This is a little bit more sophisticated and this is a little bit more rough. But they are both excellent beers. A big shout out also, of course, to Yeast for sponsoring this video. Do check out the grain to glass video of this beer and hope to see you in the next one. DrHans out.